is automotive technology, and today we're going to be demonstrating how to measure valves inside of a head to meet OEM specs, which means that there has to be thousands of an inch between the valve stem and the valve keeper.
Yeah.
This is a micrometer, which we use to measure the valves. This is a T-gauge to measure inside of it, the diameters of it. And this is the head that we're going to be measuring. And each one of these are the valves that we're going to be taking out and measuring.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I'm going to show you how to take out a valve so that Gabby here can measure with the micrometer. This here is off of 305. This is your valve stem compressor. What you do is you take it, take this thing back, recline it, you stick it right there on top of the valve spring, and then you come back here and you push, and then the two keepers should fall out, just like that. You pull it again, remove this back, release, and that valve spring should just fall right off of there. And then you push the valve out, and right here you got the valve, and here's the valve stem, and right here is where Gabby's going to be measuring with the micrometer. If you look right in there, you can see the valve guide. Alright, this time I'm going to show you the intake, but just at a different view. You come down here and you look, you can see the valve heads. You see the exhaust valve is smaller and the intake's bigger. And if Gabby shows me, you can actually see how this tool is used. You see right here, every time you pull down it clicks, so you never lose your place, and you just keep going until you know you can get those keepers out. And like I was showing you before. There you go. Alright, and then to get it off, you just gotta pull it, then release it, and then let it fall out. In this part, Gabby is going to be using the micrometer to measure the valve stem. You see how she brings it down? She gets it right, pulls it off. And if you look, I don't know how good you can see that, but it kind of looks like this. Okay, and then she's going to take the T-gauge. Okay, now tighten it back up. Pull it out, just like that. And then she's going to use the micrometer to measure the T-gauge. And that gives us the inside diameter of the valve guide. Relax it. And that is how you get your measurements for the valve stem and the valve guide. Here's everything that we use to measure the valve stems. And if you come back here and look at this is a micrometer. Every line on the micrometer is 100 thousandths of an inch. Every line between the digits is 25 thousandths of an inch. And every line on the thimble is 1 thousandth of an inch. Okay, so you take the digits and you add them up with the lines and add them up with the numbers on the thimble, and you get your measurement. And that's for the stem. And then you take the keeper, you add up the measurements again, and then what you do after that is you subtract the keeper from the stem to get the oil gap. And then you make yourself a chart, and you label everything on the chart. And then if you have a stem that's out of specs, you'll get it. You see how this is 0.342 thousandths of an inch, and so is this. So that gives it no space for an oil gap. So that means it could burn oil, and the engine will just run roughly. And here is the OEM specs. And if you look at everything else on this data chart, you'll see that everything's in specs. And the reason this is important to mechanics is because an engine has to be specific down to a thousandth of an inch. and if it's not, it could run roughly or poorly, or it could burn oil or not even run at all. And that is how math is related to automotive service.